I just finished editing the vlog and uploaded it. And I'm currently looking up ways, because I know there's a lot of things you can make reusable, and a few of you that may know me in person who watch us know I like to go as reusable with stuff as possible. I tend to try to not do too much that's like you gotta throw it out often or whatever. Like I use reusable menstrual products currently, and we did cloth diapers with Ollie while he was in diapers. Obviously now, because of cloth pull-ups being so expensive, we haven't been able to swing that yet, but if he does not potty train soon, I'd really like to go that route and get back into cloth, because it was nice for us, and I really enjoyed doing the cloth with him, so hopefully that works out in our favor. But like, I like to do you know, the reusable, so instead of like paper towels to wipe up spills or to wipe my child after he eats, I just use a damp washcloth or a rag, and you know, kind of trying to go those routes. And I try to use my reusable grocery bags a lot when I go out, but sometimes it's just not possible because we don't plan on the trip and it happens anyway. Yeah, so I'm actually looking up how to make like reusable dish scrubbies and sponges and stuff, because I'd really like to make some of those to have on hand. It'd be really nice to not have to be in a pinch sometimes, because like right now my current dish scrubber that I'm using is actually getting pretty ratty and bad looking, so I have to try and come up with another solution hopefully soon, so I can replace that one with something better. And it'd be awesome if I had a washable option, just because that seems to be a better route than, you know, having to keep throwing away and buying new stuff all the time. If I can make a reusable, washable one. So we're going to see where I can get with that. If I can find a pattern or something that I like that I can do today, I may film a video about that and show you guys what I found. Either that, or I'll make them and test them, show you guys and tell you that I made them, and then possibly do a video after I test them and make sure that I do like the way that they're put together. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure what I'm going to find today, as I have a couple more things to get done. I have to empty out the vacuum canister and actually vacuum today, because as you may be able to tell, there's little like fabric snippets and stuff. Oh, okay. I'm not blurry. It just looks blurry. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's like little fabric snippets and stuff all over the ground from me cutting fabric and sewing, you know, the last 2 nights. And obviously once Ollie's asleep, I can't turn the vacuum on and run the vacuum, so that kind of isn't a good thing. So it has to wait. He's currently napping. He's currently napping, and hopefully he'll be back up from his nap when I go to vacuum, and we won't wake him up, hopefully. So for the few of you who have been watching us from the beginning, who may have even seen our video about why we cloth diapered Ollie, we actually might be going back to that. David and I are actually going to be talking about that hopefully later on tonight or later this week. Ollie may have to go back to being cloth diapered just because he's been having rashes. Not as bad as he did when he was a little baby, but he's been breaking out in rashes and getting skin irritations, like since probably about like a month after, hold on. He's been breaking out and getting skin irritations since probably like a month after we started using regular pull-ups, and it wasn't really that bad. Like I said, it was just little, but now that I'm thinking about it, he had this really bad full-blown rash going on, and it's going away when we're putting the cream and stuff on it, but it's not staying gone. It's clearly coming back, which is a problem. So I don't know, we might just go back into being fully cloth diapered. It's going to depend on what David thinks we should do. You know, obviously combined with what I think we should do. But I mean, if, you know, he agrees, okay, maybe we should try again with him, put him back in cloth and just tell him he has to wear them. And maybe the rashes will go away, maybe they won't. I mean, I'm not sure how he's going to feel about going back into diapers because, you know, he really likes, you know, he really likes, you know, being able to just step into them and wear them and be like a big boy. And I know cloth trainers are a thing, but unfortunately, I've only been able to find them on Amazon, one brand of them on Amazon, and they're like $18 per cloth trainer, and that's just a little bit more than what we can afford right now, you know, because as you guys may know, we've been trying to work on getting a place, and, you know, that costs money, and that's more of an important thing to us right now than, you know, the cloth pull-ups are, obviously. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that our kids' possible health is not more important than that. What I'm saying is, rather than having to eat the $18 per cloth trainer cost, I would rather just put him back in cloth diapers for a while and see if the rash gets better, you know, and then go from there. I mean, I guess, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying, like, that it's not bothering me that my kid has rashes. It is bothering me that he has the rashes that he has going on, and let me tell you this, they're not even really in the diaper area. They're around the outside of the diaper area, which is what's making me think that it could be the pull-ups causing it, but they are on other parts of his body. But like I said, it's a weird thing. It could be an immune reaction to him having an allergy to the diapers, because we never officially found out what it was. We just assumed by what the peds had told us and by what the peds had thought from what they were seeing that it was a reaction, an allergic reaction to something in them. You know, and I would love to take my kid back out of the whole chemicals touching his, obviously, I know everything's a chemical, but what I mean is, like, you know, the chemicals that are in pull-ups and things like that, I'd like to take that away from his skin if possible, and maybe help him out just a little bit. I don't know if that would really help him much, but I mean, I'm going to talk with him, like I said, and see what he thinks. I mean, if he thinks, sure, we'll just give the cloth diapers that we have a try again, and, you know, see if that changes anything before we buy the cloth trainers. I think, honestly, that'd be the best bet, is instead of just jumping right in and spending a ton of money on a bunch of cloth trainers and then possibly not having them even help his skin at all, where I know we would use them anyway, it almost makes more sense to just use the diapers that we have on hand and put him back in those temporarily and see if his skin does get better. Obviously, if his skin gets better and, you know, he's having trouble with wearing the diapers to potty train, then we obviously go ahead and spend whatever we need to on cloth trainers for him to make it easier on him. But I think as of right now, we may just switch back, just to see if it helps. You know, obviously, if maybe a month and a half, see if him wearing just the cloth diapers and no longer wearing the pull-ups clears up his skin at all. If it does clear up his skin, perfect. If it doesn't, then, you know, we know that that's not the cause of it and that there's something else going on. I mean, the peds, he's seen like 3 different peds about this skin irritation or rash or, you know, whatever anybody wants to keep referring to it as. We've seen like 3 different peds about this since July. It's now like almost the end of August. We've seen 3 different peds about it and mentioned it at multiple other appointments, and everybody just keeps saying, well, it's not viral because it itches and little kids don't itch viral rashes, which I didn't even know was a thing. But and then she said, you know, the one ped said, well, it looks dry, you know, just try moisturizing his skin. So we've been doing that. Another ped said it was bug bites and not a rash, so we let it go at her, you know, suggestion, and it got no better at all. It just honestly kept getting worse. It got to the point where he was actually scratching himself so bad that he had scabs, and sometimes there was blood on his fingers from scratching so hard. As much as I tried to keep him from scratching, it just wasn't doing anything for him. He would do it while he was sleeping, or, you know, when he was taking a nap, just in his sleep, not even realizing it, I don't think. Or, you know, he'd do it while he was not in the same room as us, because, you know, obviously he's allowed to go to his room and play by himself if he wants to. Or he can be out here and play, or, you know, I can go ahead and play with him if he wants me to, but there are times where he just wants to be by himself. So obviously that was a big concern to me, you know, and the last ped we saw just said, oh, you know, obviously you guys probably heard me mention it in the other video that, you know, because he has a lump on the back of his neck as well, where normally they say it's a lymph node. She's like, oh, if it gets any bigger, or, you know, it's still there in a month, bring him back. Same with the rash. So basically just telling me if the rash is still there in a month, bring him back and they'll check it again. And I kind of feel like we've just been in this cycle of everybody saying, oh, bring him back in this amount of time and we'll check him again. And nobody's actually telling us what it is. I mean, I have theories on what it could be from, but there's no way for me to figure that out on my own, just because I don't have necessary equipment or knowledge to test those theories other than just doing some simple little things with him. But a big thing that I think it is I think it's something outside in our yard, around my dad's house. That's really what I'm thinking, is because we came back from vacation. Okay, he had a few tiny spots on his knee when we had left for vacation. They didn't get any worse while we were on vacation, and then we came back home and they just picked up and got increasingly worse since then. And we haven't been, you know, on vacation or anything since then, and they've just gotten worse. And they continue to get worse up until the other night when I started, you know, we were just doing lotions and coconut oil or things like that to try and moisturize the skin or make it heal up and get better. And the other night I tried, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, it's the Caladryl, the clear Caladryl. I rubbed him down completely with that after a bath the other night, and then put a fleece-footed sleeper on him so that he couldn't itch his feet or his legs or his arms or anything. I mean, he could still itch, obviously, but it would be through the clothing. It wouldn't be directly on his skin like it would be if he was wearing a two-piece or, you know, just wearing a t-shirt or anything like that, where he could easily move it and get to his belly or his legs or his chest or his back or anything like that. So pretty much covered everything. And I've been doing that for a couple days now, and then we were also putting the maximum strength hydrocortisone on him as well. But it seems like, yeah, it seems like, as I was saying, it seems like Caladryl has done a better job for him. And obviously I'm realizing, you know, I don't want him to go through this forever, and obviously we can't confine him into footed sleepers for, you know, all day long, every day. So he's still itching during the day, even when he's not wearing, you know, he's still itching during the day no matter what, and it's hard to combat that. You know, because he's old enough to the point where we can't confine him in footed sleepers all day. It just wouldn't work, especially not during the summer. It'd be way too hot for him. You know, but I'm hoping we can find a solution to this or work for it. So like I said, you know, whether we go to cloth diapers or cloth trainers, you know, hopefully one of those helps him, maybe clears up his skin and makes it easier on him. You know, and if any of you are interested in seeing them, obviously if we switch back to cloth diapers or switch into cloth trainers or a combination of both, there's probably going to be some more videos out on my personal channel about cloth diapering, or, you know, Ollie's cloth diaper journey, things like that, just because, you know, why not if we're in the process of doing it, because I really don't want to make some of those videos since we haven't been in cloth for a couple months now, just because I didn't want to be making videos about something that we weren't actually actively doing, you know. But also in the same token, if we ever have another kid, there's going to be more videos related to cloth as well, because David and I already planned on cloth diapering future kids. But, you know, in regards to Ollie, he may very well be going back to diapers, which isn't detrimental because he's only going to be turning 2 in October. It's currently August, the end of August, so end of October he's going to be turning 2, so we have relatively close to like 2 months before, you know, he actually turns 2, and it's not detrimental. I know most kids usually are potty trained by like 3, some are earlier, some are later, and he might potty train faster going back into cloth diapers. I'm not really sure. But, you know, whatever helps him at this point, because obviously I can't try and pick up potty training any faster with him than he already is, because there are some days that we have trouble with it. So obviously, you know, trying to kick up the speed on potty training isn't going to do us any good. It honestly, I think, would just make him a little more upset or stress him out more, or cause more stress between him and I, and that's the last thing that I want, is for my child to be stressed over, you know, potty training or anything like that. I want him to feel like he's in control of potty training. As weird as that might sound, I want to feel in control as well, but I want him to feel like he's controlling the pace he's going at. Like, if he's not ready, that he's not being pushed to do it, or if he is ready, that he's going at his pace. You know, whereas right now he's doing it occasionally, or telling us he has to go occasionally. That's great, but he's not doing it all the time. So I kind of feel like I should drop back a little bit and let it go on his pace, and, you know, just let him keep going at his pace, but maybe try the cloth and see if it doesn't clear up the rashes and stuff. But you guys will find out probably in a later video what route we're going, because obviously if we switch back to cloth, you guys will see that in the vlogs, or you may see a video on my personal channel about switching back to cloth. But, you know, I mean, it's one of those things we very well might do just because it's going to make it a little easier. So, alright guys, I'm going to get ready for bed here, so if you enjoyed today's vlog, alright guys, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit before I ended today's vlog, but if you liked the vlog, go ahead and give us a like, and make sure you feel free to share us around with friends, family, anywhere you'd like to. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that little bell icon to turn on post notifications so you can see every time we post a new video. And we will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.